What's going on, Pokemon World? Welcome back to a brand new video. Today we are going to be doing something a little bit different. We're going to be showcasing some of the cards we've collected over the past couple months. And these are the cards that we're sending out to get graded. So we're just going to go through them and see I'm going to showcase them and guess the grade a little bit. See what they might get. So our first one, we have a Zacian V, the gold one. Now, let's see, some of these have clear and some of them don't. So, centering, I would say, is almost perfect in the back. Maybe a little bit more on the bottom here, but it looks pretty good. The front, these are harder to tell. Less over here on the right, you could tell. Maybe, I don't know if that's like that, but I would say this is 9. I'm gonna go PSA 9. We're gonna send it through PSA for this one. So Zacian V, we'll go with PSA 9. And our next one is Zamazenta. These are also the promo cards. Zamazenta V, and with this one, I guess the right side's supposed to be skinnier. I don't know how they're gonna be grading that. Just we'll look at the back. Alright, it's a little bit off, less on the left side than the right side here. I would say this one gets, there's no whitening or anything happening. Maybe a little bit in this corner. I would say, yeah, this gets a 9 also. So, gonna go with 2 9s on that for those. Then we have 2 of our most recent pulls, Pikachu VMAXs. This first one, let's see if we can, because this has the back. All right. The surface looks good. Let's see how this is looking. All right, the centering is a tad off, a little bit more on the right side here. From top to bottom, maybe a little bit more on the bottom, but no whitening. Corners and edges look immaculate. I would say this is gonna come back maybe another 9. I'd be surprised if we got a 10, but I wouldn't see why not, because everything else is perfect. Maybe just the centering in the back was a little off. Let me put this back in the top loader. Now for another Pikachu, this one's not in a sleeve that we can't see the back. So once again, not seeing anything on the surface really here. They're brand new cards, fresh out the pack. The back, the centering is almost perfect, I think. Yeah, I believe this is gonna be, well, I think this one will be a 10. I wish I could mark it, but it doesn't really matter. Yeah, I believe this one's gonna be a 10. Very nice. All right. What else do we have? All right, so we got the Vivid Voltage promo card with Charizard on it with the Vivid Voltage tag there. I think these are going to be pretty cool to hold on to. So definitely sending this to get graded. Now off bat, we could tell that the centering's off from left to right, even top to bottom. It's not the best. Let's take a look at the back. I mean, can't really see anything on the surface. The back, the centering is off again from right to left, and maybe a tad from bottom to top, but not too much. I would give this probably an 8, just due to the horrible centering on it, but everything else is perfect on it. I mean, it's a brand new card. Why won't this open? Come on. There we go. So I give that one an 8. Probably a Beckett 9. 8.5, 9. All right. And our next ones, we have a couple the same. We have 3 Ice Hollow Charizards. So for the first one, the centering almost looks perfect. I think it is perfect, to be honest. That looks really good. The back I could see a little bit off from right to left, but the top and bottom is good. This, I mean, if we could get away with this centering on the back, it's a tad off. It's a 9 or a 10. I'm gonna go. It's really hard to say. I'm gonna go 9 for this one, because I think it's hard to get 10s in PSA. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm gonna go 9 with that one. We have another one. The centering on the front looks pretty good. Yeah, it looks pretty good. All right, this one's in a sleeve. Let's see. The front surface is pretty good. No marks or nothing. All right, we got a little bit of whitening up here. I don't know if that just came off though. A little whitening down here. And yeah, this one's a little bit beat up. A little whitening here. Yeah, those 4 corners, the centering is actually almost perfect. And I think the only bad thing about this card would be the corners that are just a tad bit of whitening in the corners, but nothing too crazy. I would say again, this one gets a 9. If anything, that one I just showed you would get a 10. But for this one, those corners with a little bit of whitening, I mean, it's not too much, but I think this one gets a 9 also. Now for the last one, the centering on the front, again, looks pretty good. The back, the centering looks also really good. Again, some whitening in this left corner, in this right corner. And a little bit of whitening on the top right. I would say this is a 9.5. We're gonna go with 9. Since it's PSA, it's harder to get the half points. But yeah, I'm gonna say a 9 for this one also. All right, and still staying with Charizard for a little bit here. We have the reverse holographic from Vivid Voltage Charizard. Centering is almost good, maybe off of right to left a little bit. maybe a little bit whitening in the right corner. Yeah, I would say this one also a 9. I mean, I see only this one speck in the corner, very little. The centering actually in the back is off a little bit from left to right, but still very marginal. I would say 9 for the reverse Charizard. And we have another reverse Charizard. Let's see. Centering in the front looks pretty good. And centering in the back, almost perfect. Let's see these edges and corners. A little speck of white in here, nothing too crazy. Maybe up here, I can't really tell too much. I don't really want to handle these cards too much without the sleeves and stuff. Sorry, guys. We're good there. I would say near mint 9 for this one. Another strong one. I mean, these are all brand new, so. Charizard V. I see these confuse me. I'm a little bit new to this, so the grading for the front of these like VMAX cards, full arts, all that, secret rares, I don't know how they do the centering on the front, or if they just go off the back, because these are a little bit weird and covered. But I guess they just go off what they could see. Let's say that is pretty clean in the front. Those two corners look really good. Maybe a tad bit whitening right there, but very minimal. The centering is definitely off from right to left. Top to bottom looks good, but right to left is definitely off. I would say this one 9.5, 9, but PSA 9. We'll save those for the last. Okay. So we have a armored Mewtwo full art. This one of my favorites in here. Off from right to left for sure. A lot of whitening on the bottom right and left. Those are a little bit in rough shape. Centering, maybe off left to right. Yep. And yeah, it's these bottom two corners are the whitening from being in the pack is looking a little rough. So I would say this one's probably an 8, 8.5, Beckett 8.5, but PSA 8. So yeah, we'll go with 8 on this one. Armored Mewtwo. All right, what else we have? We have Umbreon EX. Very nice looking card, full art. I don't know if it's meant to be like that or how they do it. Once again, centering is completely off in the front from right to left, and bottom to top. I mean, come on. And the back corners look pretty good. I think that's just on the surface or something. The corners are looking very good. The centering is off from left to right a little bit. Maybe from top to bottom also, maybe a tad, but definitely from left to right. I'm gonna say for this one, we have ourselves an 8. I think it's a PSA 8, just due to the centering being off by a lot in the back. Probably an 8. Long shot 9, but we're gonna go 8 for Umbreon. Guys, I just wanna, before we continue with the rest of our cards here, I just wanna say thank you guys so much. We've seen a lot of growth in our channel the last couple weeks, so we want to thank you guys. We're gonna have some big and better things coming for you guys, so just stick around and enjoy the ride. All right, our next big hitter is gonna be, boom, just pulled Charizard VMAX. Now let's see. I can't tell the centering on this. I mean, so far from how it's going, it looks good. But once again, I don't know how they grade those. I take this out. Okay. And the back. Praying that everything's okay. That corner is good. This corner, perfect. Left corner, perfect. Right corner, perfect. Centering now. Almost perfect. I think maybe off a tad from right to left, but it's right there, perfect. I'm gonna make a bold guess on this, guys. Yeah, I'm really pushing for it. Hopefully, I think it's gonna be a PSA 10. That's what I'm looking at here. I really strongly believe that. I guess we'll see on the video when we get all these back. It's gonna be a while. But you guys will see it together. But I'm gonna go with 10 for the Charizard VMAX, PSA 10. Now we have a, let's see what we got. Let's do these. All right, we have 3 secret rare Raikus. So for this one, centering is off left to right. Everything else looks good. I forgot these were in sleeves. All right, corners looking crispy clean, and centering maybe off right to left a little bit, but very minimal. I'm gonna go PSA 9er on this one. Very nice card. I like the Raikou from Vivid Voltage. Okay. Now this Raikou, off left to right, definitely. Off top to bottom and right to left, for sure. The edges and corners are perfect. I'm gonna go PSA 8, Beckett 9, but I think it's gonna get an 8, just due to the horrible centering. But we'll see. That was a good one too. These are all good. I mean, they're fresh out the pack, but the only thing that's gonna get us is the centering and the whitening. Oh, let's see. We have the Raikou again, and maybe a tad off left to right, very minimal. A little, that might be on the surface, but the edges, there's a little whitening there. Corners and these edges look very good. Centering off left to right a little bit, very little. I'm gonna give this one a 9. PSA 9. All right, let's see. Okay, we have Zamazenta, Secret Rare. Centering is off left to right and bottom to top a little bit. Back corners looking crispy on the bottom and crispy on the top. Centering's off left to right for sure, and top to bottom very little. Yeah, this one I'm gonna say this one probably a 9. Just these are all in such good condition. Besides the last couple, which I'll show you and why we're sending them. But this one, yeah, probably a 9 for Zamazenta Secret Rare. Now we have two of the same coming up. Zacian Secret Rares. This first one, definitely off from top to bottom. I mean, bottom to top and left to right. The centering. All right, this corner, thought I seen something, but I think it was just a glare. Right corner looking crispy, left corner looking crispy, top left looking good, right looking good. Can't see anything on the edges. The centering off a little bit, right to left, and maybe top to bottom a tad. This one, again, probably we're gonna go PSA 9 on this one. Maybe, I don't know, that's centering. Nah, we're gonna go PSA 9 for the first Zacian, sorry. Next Zacian. Off top, I mean bottom to top and a tad left to right. The back corners, that's just particles on the case. Looking good. Maybe a little bit on the top left there. Top right looks good. Centering, again, off top, bottom to top and right to left. Saying we're getting another 9 for the Zacian. All right, and then we have Jirachi Secret Rare. Very nice card. Centering is completely off, unfortunately, on this one. Left to right, bottom to top, very bad centering. Back, bottom right, good. Bottom left, good. A little speck of whitening right there. I don't think that's on the case. I think that's the actual edge. And top right, good. Centering again in the back, completely off. Bottom to top, right to left. That's very thick right here. And yeah, this is probably gonna get an 8. An 8. Yeah, I would say an 8 for this one. Maybe, yeah, an 8. PSA 8 for the Jirachi. We have a trainer card, Bea. Centering on this one, maybe off a tad, bottom to top, but other than that, the front looks immaculate. The back, bottom right corner, good. Maybe some whitening here, very small, minimal. Top left, very good. Top right, very good. centering in the back, almost perfect. I think it's pretty good in the back, actually. I'm gonna go a long shot and say PSA 10 for the Bea Trainer. PSA 10. We have a Orbeetle VMAX Rainbow Secret Rare. All right. This one, again, the front, it looks immaculate. The centering, I'm not gonna be able to really judge on this. Leave that up to PSA to determine. I think that's a nick on the card. Let me take a close look. Okay, no, that's inside the card. This, let me see if I can show you guys again. Yeah, this little speck right here, that's inside the case, the top loader. Left corner, good. Right corner, good. Top right, looking good. Top left, looking very good. Centering on the back, I would say it's perfect. Maybe off a tad left to right, but very, very little. Very nice card. Probably, I would say a PSA out of nowhere 9.5, but if anything, I'm gonna go PSA 9, but maybe they give us that long shot 9.5 for that. And we have a Mewtwo EX. Centering on this, the front off a tad right to left, very little. Top to bottom looks okay. Bottom right looks good. Bottom left, maybe a tad smidge in the left corner, but you can barely see it. But they have the magnifying glasses over at PSA, so they'll be like, we could see it. Maybe a little bit right there too. Centering off left to right. Bottom to top looks good. I'm gonna say this one gets a 8, back at 8.5. Actually, nah, we're gonna go 9 with this one. I really don't see too much off. It's the centering that's killing me on these cards. But yeah, we'll go 8.5 for Mewtwo EX. A random PSA 8.5. And we have Blastoise, Mega Blastoise EX. Centering, can't tell, of course, on the front. Back, look, this bottom right corner looks beat up. I don't even know what happened to it. I gotta look at the video if it came like that. I mean, that looks pretty rough. I think it's because it's been in the pack. The bottom left looks very rough. These corners look like they got like sliced or something. The edges got some whitening there. I don't even know what's going on, guys. This is the first time I'm like really looking at this one, but wow. I'm gonna say for the Mega Blastoise EX, a near mint 8. That's what I'm gonna go with the Blastoise. Near mint 8 for Blastoise here. And now for our last, what do we have here? 5 cards. These we didn't pull on this channel, but these are cards that, some of the cards that are in my old collection when I was a kid, and I'm just getting them graded. I know some of them are in rough shape, like really rough shape. You guys are probably gonna be like, oh my god, what is he doing? But this is, I used to play Pokemon when I was younger, so they're in rough shape. I mean, they're not in the worst shape, but they're in pretty rough shape. So I'm just getting them graded for my own collection and just to keep and have them in a protective case, basically. So the first one is holographic Hitmonlee. The centering's off left to right. I mean, there's a crease in the card right there. Bottom to top is decent. The hollow bleed is serious. I mean, you see it. It's bad, guys. I know. Look at it. Just the hollow bleed, everything, the corners, the edges. If PSA's in a good mood, I would say PSA 4 for Hitmonlee. We have Kangaskhan. Again, centering off a tad, left to right. Bottom to top looks good. Little hollow bleed on the side there. I mean, once again, guys, I used to use these cards. My mom always used to tell me, oh, you know, those are gonna be collectibles one day. And you know, when you're a kid, you're hard-headed. I mean, I wish you would have just taken all my cards and saved them for me, but what are you gonna do, guys? Now we gotta start the journey all over again, build it up. All right, this back is actually not too bad compared to Hitmonlee. A little hollow bleed here and there, the edge right there. This corner, a little bit of whitening there, very minimal whitening there. The edge is pretty bad up there with the whitening. The centering off right to left, bottom to top. Again, guys, I'd be very surprised if they're feeling generous. I would say maybe a 5 for this one for Kangaskhan. So 5 and 4 for Hitmonlee. And our next one is Raichu. This one, centering is decent. Maybe, I think it's pretty good actually. Yeah, I think the centering on this is pretty good. Let's check out the back, guys. Boom. I know, it's rough to watch this right now. But yeah, that bottom right, yeah, it's, I would say even the centering, tad left to right, but nothing crazy. PSA 5 again. No, I'm gonna go PSA 4 for the Raichu. PSA 4. And we have a Muck. Centering, I mean, hollow bleed galore right there. Centering off left to right. Top to bottom looks good. And the back is pretty rough. I mean, you guys could see it, I believe. Go PSA 4 again for Muck. And our last one, Machamp First Edition holographic. For this one, centering looks decent. Left to right is off a tad. Bottom left rough, edge up here rough, hollow bleed. Bottom right rough. We're gonna give this one a PSA 4 again. The only one that's indecent, I think, is this one. I gave that a PSA 5, so this PSA 4. And that's it, guys. Again, we're gonna be having a 200 subscriber giveaway that we'll be doing. This video might go up before that, but now that I'm thinking about it, probably not, so scratch what I said. But we have a lot of big things coming up, and we do appreciate the support we're getting on the channel. So thank you guys for tuning in, and have a good day.